This little area we've always referred to as a jungle. It used to be more like a jungle. They thinned it out quite a bit. I don't know. It's I don't know if I like it that thinned out. Black people. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? No one can escape it anymore, man. No one can escape it. You gotta be like real rich. You know, like live in a very exclusive, walled, gated community. Preferably with a moat. With spikes in the bottom, under the water. Fucking alligators. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit, man. Like, trying to keep up with everything. Just in the geopolitical sense of stuff. Fucking Trump is freaking the fuck out. I don't know what he's doing. He's either doing something like, he's either got some kind of plan, or we're just seeing the spectacular crash out. Either way, it's fucking really entertaining. I like the political show. You know, it's another program, just like sports, sports ball or professional wrestling or anything. It's just bread and circus. Doesn't mean anything. It's for our entertainment only. Has no bearing on anything. What the fuck's going on over here? Why is the street blocked? The hell's going on? Hang on a second. Just came out of the 7-0 store. Not buying 7-0. Buying incense. Because I am done with 7-0. It is squarely behind me for the second time. The second time I quit. But yeah, this time I think it's going to stick because I had just no desire to get tied up in that again. What a terrible way to live. Anytime you're addicted to anything, it's awful. You know, it becomes your life. It becomes the first thing you have to square away before you can do anything else. Unless you're like just a chronic, no, even if you're a chronic pot smoker. Addiction, it doesn't have to be super addictive drugs, because it could just be a mental addiction, like cocaine and amphetamine, meth, crystal meth. Well, I don't know about crystal meth really. I think that's a little bit more, it has some addictive properties to it, but for the most part, stimulants are only in your system for a couple days. I know that's the case with Adderall. I was on that for like 10 years. It was awesome. And cocaine, it's a mental addiction. Because once it's out of your body, it's out of your body. Opioid type drugs, they tend to hang around. You know, it's a lot harder because it's a mental and a physical. But yeah, I was very lucky this time. The first time I quit 7-0 was more of a fucking thing, you know. I made videos while I was withdrawing. And this time I didn't really make any because there wasn't really anything notable going on. It was the same thing as last time. It would come in fits, you know what I mean? Like, I would just feel normal. And all of a sudden it was just like, you know. It was weird. But, yeah, so I'm done with that. My friend Craig came down the day before yesterday. We're going to have him on this week to talk about 2017. The summer of 2017, to be exact. When all this kind of stuff kicked off for me prior to the summer of 2017, I was just a fucking clueless fucking atheist motherfucker who didn't really believe in God. I thought there was something out there, maybe. And it's weird because I knew all about the demonic side and the dark side of it. You know, I've been reading into that my whole life, studying that my whole life. And I knew that the people at the highest levels of power use this stuff in practice, but still, I don't know. I didn't think it was the battle between heaven and hell was an actual real thing. Until the summer of 2017, when me and Craig started having experiences with demonic entities. And now that he's back around, he was gone for a couple of years, and I've talked about him a few times, like he's never been gone for this long. Like he'll disappear for like 6 months at tops, and then he'll like show up again. But it's been like 2 years since I've seen him. What happened is this girl he was with stole his phone, so he had all the information, like my number and everything in it. So when he lost that phone, he didn't have any of his numbers. So he said he's come by my house periodically over the last 2 years, and knocked on my door, yelled in the window, and that's exactly what happened the first time I saw him a couple weeks ago. I'm just laying on the bed, spacing out, and I hear like, Gimme. And I have that problem. I hear my voice being called, my name being called in my head at night usually. Not so much anymore, but throughout my life it's been a thing. So I'm sitting there going, oh fuck. Now it's moved into the daytime. I must be nearing the end. And then I heard knocking. And I'm like, holy shit. And there he was, Craig. So he's a floater. He lives out of his truck now. He used to live in Chinatown. And that's where we had our experiences with all that stuff this summer 2017. And he lived there for like 4 years. They moved up north, broke up with his girlfriend, and now he's just been living out of his car. And to him, it's not, he's not like roughing it. He's not trying to get into a house. He just lives out of his car. He has places he can park. And I mean, the money, in order to live here, the rents are so fucking insane, man. It costs so much money to live here. So he's kind of happy doing his thing. But he's going to come down this week, and I'm going to record some stuff with him so we can talk about it. I've talked about it before, you know, without him, but with him there, it'll, you know, he'll be able to probably fill in some stuff. I got to run into Target. I'll be right back. I've seen a couple stories, 3 to be exact, of people having near-death experiences and then interacting with Jesus or heaven. There was a young boy who was in a skateboarding accident. He was 10. That's been making the rounds. There's a 14-year-old girl, one that I heard last night. And then there was another older woman who was clinically dead for like a while. Like some crazy amount of, I don't even want to say what it is because I think it's like, I don't know how long she was really dead, but she was out for a while. And she said she went to what she believes to be our home, you know? But even when she was there, she kind of felt like she wasn't there to stay. She was just there for then. It's pretty interesting. I'll link them in the comments. I actually will. I'll link that one. The ones about the kids have been showed up in a couple different places. I almost said I prescribe. I got drugs in the brain. I subscribe to a lot of different Christian YouTube channels, and this one with a kid, the skateboarding kid. Oh shit! Do I not have a quarter? I gotta make my wish. I do. Awesome. Because of the mother filmed it in the hospital when the kid was coming back from some kind of procedure that he got when he was in the accident. He was in the hospital. And you'll see it. I'll put it down there. But those are just a few examples of the many things that are pointing toward things breaking down between this realm and where we're from. I've been saying it for years. The veil has been disintegrating. That's how we see all the things we see. Those of us that are allowed to see them by the grace of God. We happy few. The scales coming off the eyes, you know, like the Bible says, and you can see things that you just couldn't see before. You can look at stuff that you used to look at and not see anything there, and now you see stuff. Like I never noticed. I'm not going to use this Michelle Obama example, but I look at stuff in the past, looking right at it, not seeing it. These days I see it, and it's like, well, how did I not ever see that before? What does that mean? Does it mean we're heading toward whatever is going to be the end, the reunification, the final whatever? Are we going to just transcend this place quietly? That's what I think more likely to happen than the revelations that have written about in the Bible. I think if you look at that stuff, the apocalypse, it's almost like they're describing something that happened. You know, I think we already had that. Maybe we had a few of those. But I think we're in a different situation now. I don't think we're in the same situation we were in before. And that's been covered through a series of videos that I've done over the last 3 years. So, fucking settled science as far as I'm concerned. Alright, I gotta carry this Target stuff home and kind of watch them walking. And I have to smoke. So that I look cool. Thanks for popping in. Till next time, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.